She back, she gone, she back again. She gone, she back again.
And we're live.
We're live, and you're over here talking to me about what? Destiny? Jeez, go play your game. Damn, leave me alone. Your kids, man.
All right, so I did mirror this before. All right, welcome to another episode of The Couch Show. Episode 50, to be exact. I was all excited about it last time, so now that it's here, I'm like, yay!
And this, my friends, will be our last episode.
Right?
It will be our last episode. We've made it to 50. We're done. We're not doing no more of the show. It's our going away party, my friends. I mean, technically, we might be right if we're changing up the format, right?
That's true. That's true. You might be right about that. This might be the last time we do it like this.
We want to be YouTubers. So
we'll still be on the internet.
Start changing it up.
You'll find us.
Hey, make it bigger. Why is this all small? How do you do? What's the button you push to make everything bigger?
Everything is bigger.
No, it's like
smaller.
No, not that one. No, yeah. All right, whatever. All right, it works. Whatever, it works. It's because I'm looking at a really tiny screen, and then it's even smaller on that screen. So I'm like, what the hell? Let me go to episode 50.
Yet another background. Come in.
Wait, this is a new background? No, that's your room.
Yeah, this is my room.
Isn't that your room? That's not a background. It looks like a background. Shoot, take a snapshot of that and send it to me so I can use that when I gotta like.
But I'm not. What do you need? You need something? Or are you just saying hello? Hello. High five. All right, go play. Random kids walking into my room.
That's what I just said. Like, we started. They're like, "Can I play Destiny?" Like, yo, seriously? Can you figure life out while I'm streaming for 2 hours?
All right. So our
welcome to the last show.
Dilemma. What are we gonna do?
Welcome to the last show.
All right. So what we could do is we could pivot and just teach people how to edit video, since clearly it's a pain point.
There's so many videos on how to do that. That plus tag me out. I don't find interest in that. Trust me, if I did, I would have done it already.
Come on, man. What are we going to do?
I think we should do what we do, but take it up the next level. I think we should keep challenging the status quo.
Uh-huh.
Down with the system.
Yeah, but how do we get found on the internet? How?
It's all your tags, man. You got to tag it. Be like, tag, you're it. You got to tag it correctly.
I did notice that most of those channels have less tags than we have.
Do they?
Yeah. Like, they tag up their individual videos, but the channel itself has, like, 2 tags.
But the videos itself are the ones that are being tagged, right? Because that's what's trending is those videos. And then they'll come back and they'll be like, oh, hey, I like this guy. The first time he said it. What up, Tadashi?
It tastes like bud. But it's not.
Tadashi, my brother, how's your training going? I hope it's going good. So, I told you I'm going back into my roots, and I'm learning more about pen testing, which is pretty much a fancy way of saying hacking. And so I'm taking the course, and as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I'm bringing the boys into it. So like the first one, as we're getting into it, so he did like a fresh rub of like Linux and all that other stuff. But then he started saying like, hey, we're going to find a target. So right now the target is Tesla. And you can actually go, there's like a website that you can go to, and Tesla's like, hey, if you find any issues with our website, submit it, and we'll pay you. It's called bug bounties, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's cool because like I'm telling the kids, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm hacking Tesla right now. And so we're doing it, and I'm showing them the website, and I'm like, yeah, look, I found all the emails for Tesla. And I'm like, oh, by the way, look at this. I found all the websites for Tesla. And they're like, wow, this is so cool. So they're actually kind of like inspired by it,
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Oh, did you know that they also started their own lawn mowing gig?
No, really?
Yeah. So they got themselves a little lawnmower, a push lawnmower, and they're going around the neighborhood and they're signing up. So they're getting, I think they're going to get like $60 every 2 weeks for mowing lawns. Oh, the cat? Are you pointing at the cat? That cat?
Tadashi says it's going awesome. He started learning Python after machine learning and AI.
Yes. Python is a big one. Definitely learned that one. I took a crash course in my training. In the past, I took like C++. But Python is a big one because it's a good one to start scripting. So even if you're not a programmer, it helps you with scripting like some smaller apps that you can use to help you out do, mundane tasks. So if instead of you like typing in this and this and grueling like that, you can just script that out and just let that run. It's like little video games. Hey, Fuzz, welcome to the show. Ma's on the show too.
Ma's here. She said she's watching and she's on time today. She's celebrating.
Yeah, look at that. We got a full house. Welcome to the last show, everybody. The last show, episode 50.
Episode 50.
No more shows. The last one, we're done. We're gonna pivot.
We gotta stop that. They're gonna like turn off notifications. They'll be like, "Oh well, unsubscribe."
Look, I'm telling you right now, if you go against the grain and you're a free thinker, you're gonna make money in this industry. We just gotta figure out how to do it. Because there's another guy I watch as being like a pop culture nerd, right? He just launched his own comic book like company, and he had like a 75-day campaign, like a GoFundMe campaign, and his goal for those 75 days was 100K. And within the first day, he made 700K. I think 800K at this point. Within the day one. So he still has like 74 more days to make like what, $3 million?
Buku money.
But he's living his dream. He's making his own comic book. People are like, yo, I want that because Marvel, DC, they suck with their comics, and he's killing it. And he's not answering to anybody. He's doing his own thing. I'm like, look, if we're gonna pivot, we gotta stay strong. We gotta stay strong because we've been consistent with this for the most part. I know we had some episodes here and there, but
yeah, you got Tadashi all concerned. He's like, what? Really? No. Buzz, there's some truth behind every joke. Very true, very true.
Lynn wants to pivot.
We are trying to pivot. We're trying to figure out on this whole YouTube thing because I don't know, because this is where our focus is.
Lynn wants to pivot.
Like, a why behind it. This is just what we're doing, and we want to do it in a big way. So now that we've learned what we have learned to this point, we're ready to pivot and learn something new. I feel like that's what the greatest speakers do. They speak generally, and people are just like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense." And I'm like, they're not saying anything.
That's how the VP works. The VP right now. Have you listened to the way that she is like? I don't even know who's worse because the president stumbles. He reads the teleprompter. He literally reads things that are not supposed to be read on the teleprompter. Yep. He makes up his own words, and then the VP, she'll be like, "So we need to pivot." Because we're gonna pivot, and then it'll be a better pivot if we all just pivot. Like that's how literally.
Boom, there you go.
Her, and that's literally how she talks.
That's how you make the big bucks, man.
And I'm like, you didn't say anything. So we just gotta be like politicians. Yeah. We can be like politicians, huh?
No, guys. So what we're thinking of doing is we think we're just gonna go live when there's a topic to talk about. And we're not gonna do full 2-hour shows. We're just gonna do quick 10 to 20 minutes on a topic, on hot topics.
Well, are we really gonna go live, or we're just gonna record that off and then?
Hell no, we're gonna go live because if we just record it, we're never gonna post it.
Well, nobody said you had to edit it. That's all. Listen, we're really dancing this channel around because nobody wants to edit. Nobody knows how to edit. So
that's all it is.
Let's just figure this out. Let's just figure this out. That's hilarious.
So, what's trending, right? What are the topics? What's going on in the world?
So I went down the rabbit hole of the whole what was those things? Those stones in Georgia that got blown up?
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, why the hell did anybody target this? Why were these things
Right. It's called
built?
New
Like, what was
World
the whole
Order.
point of it? It is. It is the whole
Yes.
New World Order. It's like the globalist like guide. And it was like, hey, keep the human race under like 500, like what was it? 500 million. That's what they said. 500 million people. And so we were like, what the hell? So then oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that too, Fuzz. I'm gonna get to that too. So then and listen, we haven't been on the air since Thursday, so there's a lot. And this is what I told Liz. Like, I'm like, look, I'm gonna constantly be calling you, like, hey, there's something new. We gotta talk about it. And she's gonna be like, I'm out. I'm having a life. Leave me alone. Because she's like, wait, what do you mean we gotta like record like almost every single day? And I'm like, because I've been holding up a lot of topics till we talk on Tuesday and Thursday. And she's like, oh, like the light bulb came on. Like, oh,
Makes a lot of sense. You do have a lot to talk about.
So anyway, so like I was going down, that rabbit hole of these things, these stones and everything, and then it like ties into all these protests with all these farmers and stuff. So like they're being told not to farm, right? And the protesters are like, no, we got to make this food. We got to make the food, right? And it's all part of that like globalist agenda. It all goes back to what I've been telling you about the whole population control. It's like they literally said it. They say keep the population under what was it? 500 million. That's 500 million people. That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna.
That's crazy.
Up. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's right. We could do this.
The Guidestones.
The Guidestones. Yeah.
All right, do you see all this stuff on the right? This like map and stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not getting rid of that.
Don't worry about it. That's the website. That's all your plugins and stuff. You need an ad
blocker. Notes. All right. Oh, all right. So you see, it's gonna go through each one. So the first one is multilingual guidelines. A set of 10 guidelines are inscribed on the structure in 8 languages. In the shorter message, or this is too much. I thought they were gonna tell us about what the hell's on them. Oh, it's supposed to be meant to be the Guidestone to an age of reason. Which kind of feels like that's where we ought to go, because people aren't being reasonable anymore.
See, look at the comments are going hard. See, they don't want us to break up the band. They're like, no, don't break up the band. Keep playing. Keep playing. Even though the Titanic's sinking, keep playing. I agree, Tadashi. I agree. Talking on a particular topic would not be fun like we discuss about different topics on live stream. I totally agree because it's spontaneous, it's live. You guys feed us comments and we go back and forth. The thing is that we're not growing. And so we got to figure out how do we grow the channel? How do we grow from here? How do we get, a bunch of more crazies like you guys? Look, I love you guys because you guys are crazy like me. I love it. But we need more crazies. We can try to build a cult. Look, now they're going to take that out of context. He said 8 years ago that he was trying to build a cult. As he laughed maniacally.
He's gonna come back and bite you in the ass.
I know. As he laughed maniacally, like, oh, he's such an evil
That's it.
person.
Cancel Ray. It won't be sibling rivalry without Ray. It'll just be sibling rival.
It's all their wet dreams. I'm telling you, it's all their wet dreams. They're all part of it right now. So any politician who's like anything right now, who's getting any kind of funding, they're fitting into this globalist narrative and this whole globalist agenda. That's what the whole Build Back Better and all this shit is about. So it's like literally these Guidestones that are in Georgia, they're coming out and saying it. So why the media is not doing anything? It's the reason why they're all in cahoots. This is their plan. Like they're trying to kill us all because they want to save the planet. They're crazy like that. They really think they're saving the planet. So anyway, go back now. Look up the Dutch farmers. So these guys are going crazy. They're like protesting. It was like the Dutch farmers, Italian farmers. I know there's a couple of farmers. It's like it's all over the world.
No, I'm behind. I finally found like what the Guidestones actually say.
Oh, all right. So you telling me to slow down. It's like,
Yeah,
you're going too fast.
you can't jump around like this. I have to
know, but you know
search it on the internet.
That's how it is. That's literally how it is when you like when you find like a conspiracy and you're like, oh, look at all the dots, and then you go jumping all around because like I have a friend who's just like that, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? This is literally like how I am, and then it's like, what are you talking about? So did you find where
I found what it says. So you're right. Maintain humanity under 500 million.
Yes. So focus on that, right? Okay, so it's 500 million, right? So under $1 billion, right?
Right. Guide reproduction wisely. Mm-hmm. Improving fitness and diversity. Mm-hmm. How do you improve diversity?
And diversity under whose terms?
Yeah, so how do you increase that?
Diversity
say,
under
like we have to have
terms?
a bunch of people like having incest, so we have maintain.
Because you figured diversity. Like if you're talking about like the alphabet community, they want everybody diverse in their image, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like once again, it's like diversity under whose definition? That's the question I have, you know.
But I mean, it's also tied in with reproduction. So what that kind of tells me is like, hey, you know, the baby's being born, like down to like, you know, their chromosomes. And if you're worried about improving fitness and diversity, you can't do that by mixing a bunch of different cultures together, because then we're all going to become one blended.
Well, that's also a big reason why they have Planned Parenthoods in very urban communities. That's why they're pushing that whole agenda. That's why like Biden just came out and said, hey, I'm doing an executive order for abortion. It's literally, this is like right up in front of your faces as far as what the elite believes in. This is what they believe in. This is what they're doing, and they have the power to do it. This is scary shit right here. Because now when you start looking at like all the other like news topics that are trending, right? Like, for example, Kofifi and the whole, you know, the jab, right? You have all these people who are having heart conditions, yet they're not. If you Googled right now heart conditions or blood clots, look up blood clots right now and then go to the news and you'll see so many articles as far as like, is coffee causing blood clots? Is this and that? And there's like random shit that they're pointing at. But if you think about it, all this stuff happened within the last year, right? What's the common thing that happened in the last year? But they won't talk about that. They'll talk about everything else and they'll blame everything else, but they won't talk about the obvious.
Right.
Oh, it's obvious for me, right? Because I'm the crazy conspiracy guy.
I think we're all buying what you're selling. We're picking up what you're putting down.
I hope so. I know Fuzz is. Fuzz is right there with me. Fuzz is gonna be crazy till the end with me.
All right, the next one. Unite humanity with a living new language. The hell is that? All one language. Rule. I don't like this. Rule, passion, faith, and tradition. And all things with tempered reason. I don't like that wording. Rule. Who's ruling? We don't need no kings and queens around here.
The elitists. They're the ones who they plan. Yeah, they plan to have that new world order.
Mm-hmm. So protect people. What? At some point.
English. Is it straight? Is it straight? Do they literally mean a language, or do they mean like a way of thinking? Because if you think about what's going on, we have a way of thinking that's pretty much, you know, overruling everything else, right? If you think about the censorship, think about which mindset is the one that's actually taking over, you know, Twitter, social media, and everything else. Mm-hmm.
Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world order court. See? Avoid petty laws.
I'm like, yes, they blew this shit up. This is what they blew up. I'm like, yeah, let's go. First, I was against it. I was like, these crazies, they're blowing shit up. I'm like, no, fight.
Balance personal rights with social duties. You see, that's another one that's like, there's some like common sense behind that. I feel like it'll destroy the Karens of the world. They're like, oh, I'm allowed to say whatever I want because I'm American. Man, shut up. You're taking it out of context.
So you're
balance personal rights with social duties.
So Lynn is down. Lynn, you're down with the New World Order. You're like,
I think I am, man. There was like 4
with the
of
New
them.
World Order.
There's been like 3 or 4 of them already. And I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Kill them all. It's like, kill them all.
All right, prize, truth, beauty, and
love.
What
you're gonna do? You know what you're gonna do?
Speaking harmony with the infinite. Wait, what? What am I gonna do?
You're gonna take this. You're gonna take all these rules, and when you go out there and there's just somebody who pisses you off, you're gonna be like, delete it. New World Order, delete them. Right there, delete them. It's gonna call out. Somebody cut her in line, delete them. Right there. Got to keep the population under 500. Let's go.
Look at the last one. The last one's kind of nice too. Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Again, what the hell? I just did a Joe Biden.
Oh, you repeated the line? Repeat the line. Oh my God. There's so much we got to talk about, man.
Woo!
So, did you hear about Sri Lanka?
No. Who the hell Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka? Yeah, how you say it? Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka? What happened over there?
They, I guess their government announced that they were bankrupt. This is all on Twitter, by the way. You can pull up Twitter and you can pull up the videos and all that. So the people just started rioting. They overtook the president's house, pretty much the White House. So they took it over. They're just bathing and chilling in the pool and everything. There's a footage of the leader. He's taking off, running to get on this boat and leave the country. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going apeshit. And this is another country just falling apart. And this is
Blocked
all
by airport staff during an attempt to flee country after protesters break into home.
Yeah. Watch some of these clips. These clips are crazy. Pull them up. All
right, let's see.
You gotta go.
Oh shit! They're hanging out in the house.
Yeah, there's no. But you gotta find the main one where they all just came and overtook the. Oh, don't put it no.
I can't find anything. There we go.
We ain't getting paid for that shit.
The UPS. I tried pausing it and it opened up a new tab of the UPS store.
We ain't paying for anything, so they're gonna hit us with 1 million commercials. I've been everywhere, man. Now we gotta pay 20 cents for that.
It's gonna be a good clip. It's on CNN.
Oh no, that's
Sri Lanka roaming the halls of the presidential residence they've occupied since Saturday. This is the good life. A chance.
Yeah, that's within. So that's the White House. Their version of the White House, right?
Fuel,
and they're just chilling. So
for a short while.
Yeah, you see, they're just jumping in the pool. Yeah, they're just loving it. No, they're loving life, but they can't eat over there. So I'm like, oh, it's good now. But what happens?
His family here to enjoy a picnic on the grounds.
Corrupted will be finished.
He says, I got a chance with my kids to come and have
no leadership. There's no nothing. It's just falling apart.
This is, after all, how their president got to buy a Rajapaksa
crazy
while the country suffered through an economic meltdown with soaring inflation, shortages of critical supplies.
Soaring inflation, key word.
Conditions that start months.
So guess what? That could be happening over here soon.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I told you there was a footage. It was the it's funny too because there's cameras everywhere, right? So you could see just on Twitter, there's people posting shit. And you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense because there is cameras everywhere. So there's a camera and there's no audio for it, but the camera's on the dock, and you just see him running with his little suitcase. It looks like some lady leaving like she's missing her flight, so she's pulling her suitcase. She's like, hurry up, we gotta get to the flight. And I'm like. Oh, the president just he's gone, he's out of here, and they just took over. So I'm like, what's gonna happen after that? All these people they're celebrating, there's no food, there's no leadership. What's gonna happen?
Right.
But do you hear that? Or I guess that's CNN. So CNN is talking about it. So I guess it is on mainstream media. But you don't hear the president talking about that, right? The president's what? Ukraine, send money to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Which. Do you have an update about that? What's going on in Ukraine?
We could talk about what started Ukraine and the laptop from hell, like Buzz mentioned.
All right.
So over the weekend, hackers, wink, wink, wink. Shout out to the hackers. They got Hunter Biden's password for his iPhone and his iCloud, and they found all sorts of like they're data dumping all this stuff, and it's going out all it's going everywhere pretty much. The FBI pretty much came out and said yes, this is true. We were looking at it, but of course, you know, the FBI won't do anything because they're in the pocket of the big man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this stuff
that's
came
the
out.
President's son, right? Hunter's his
Hunter
son?
Biden is his son. Yeah, so he had another son, but he passed away, right? I think was he killed or something like that? I don't know. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and the first story that came out was the laptop, right? That came out back in 2020, which all the media came out and said, you know, it's false, it's you know, it's fake, you know, don't buy into it. Let's carry on with the election, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, now they hacked his phone and they putting all this information out there. Now, of course, everybody's going to come out and they're going to be like, well, you know, what is Hunter Biden? Why does it matter? He's just a guy, right? He's not a politician. It's his father's the politician. Well, it's coming to light that Hunter Biden was like the face for Joe Biden to do all this business. Like Hunter Biden flew on Air Force. Well, it wasn't Air Force One at the time. It was like Air Force Two or whatever. And he flew on there and did all these businesses on behalf of his father. So one of them was, you know, a Ukraine entity, and another one was a Chinese entity, right? A Chinese company. So look at where all of America's money is going to right now. We're sending money to Ukraine, and we also sent this fuel, right? The fuel that we tapped in from our reserves, we sent that over to China.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that right there shows like he doesn't have the best interest of America. He has the best interest for himself. That's impeachable. Like, we should impeach this guy. Like, look, we impeached Trump for far less stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully,
I feel that since there was the whole ordeal, the whole trying to impeach Trump thing, we're probably not going to see another impeachment for a few presidencies.
I wouldn't say that. I say if the Republicans could take back this election that's coming up right now, the midterms, if they take it back, I think they'll impeach him. I mean, there's enough stuff to try to impeach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all this information that's coming out, all they got to find is a smoking gun and say, hey, look, why did you send this oil to China?
Yeah, but I mean, they had all this before he was in office.
Right,
so.
But it's his own team that's working with him right now, right? The Dems have control right now. They're not going to go in and impeach this guy. Plus, the Dems are already giving up on him. They're already talking about who they're going to run in 2024. They're like, hey, who are we going to run? They're not even talking about Kamala. They're not even talking about any of them. They're just like, hey, who are we going to run? Who's looking good? They ain't even talking about AOC. They're like, oh, AOC, you want to be president?
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking crazy. Yeah, exactly. A red wave. If we could get that red wave, I think they'll impeach him. They'll get him out of there. And then, unfortunately, we'll have to deal with Kamala. But at this point, it's like, it's a crime family. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is like the mob is in the White House, and they're like, we all know about it, and we're just like, okay, we're okay with it.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I don't understand this.
So that's just, I don't want to kind of offend you guys, but in Russia, almost all people think America has weak leadership. That's not offensive. That's not offensive at all. We agree.
That is true. That is true. And there's a reason why, if you look at when we had Trump in office, and once again, Lynn's going to be like, oh, you're a Trumper, here you go. But when we had Trump in office, nobody challenged us. Think about it. I mean, Russia could have invaded Ukraine. They were making moves. Ukraine was making the moves. Russia could have invaded, but they didn't. What they did, they waited out. They waited out American politics. They knew that Trump was going to be 4 years. And the chances of him getting reelected were slim. Why? Because of the way the media painted it and portrayed him. But most of our enemies kind of respected us because they were like, they didn't know how crazy this guy was going to get.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know. They were like, this guy's crazy. He might do it. He said he would do it. Trump said he was going to invade. He said, listen, if you do this, I'm going to send the greatest missiles, the greatest bombs. I'm gonna blow up all your churches. I'm gonna do it. Like he literally said that. He's like, we have the greatest bombs. We have the greatest military. We're gonna do it all. We're gonna blow it all up. I was like, yo, and it's like, yo, this is a U.S. president saying that, and they were like, oh, he might be serious. So, oh shit,
They're
we got a new,
crazy.
Hey, we got a new follower. Hey, what's up, Super Chat? Welcome to the show. Yo, I like going out to new people because it's like, hey, somebody's watching us.
Trump 2024. Oh man, new best friend.
But you know what? Unfortunately, because listen, I love Trump. I love Trump. He was a really good president. But unfortunately, there's so many people that got a bad taste of Trump that I really do think that we got to change up. We got to start thinking about somebody more sensible, and that's why I keep saying DeSantis, because I think that he's not as hated as Trump, but he could come in and he can actually change some things. I like Tulsi Gabbard too. I think if that would be an ultimate ticket right there, Tulsi and DeSantis. That would be a freaking epic ticket. And I think we could turn this ship of disaster that is, the last 2 years. And it's crazy. It's only been like 2 years. It's only been 2 years. Oh man.
So super trend is Lindsay. She's her hubby.
Oh, okay. What's up? Oh, the whole fan.
Welcome.
So special. Thank you, fam. Oh,
all right. So like Tadashi said, he's never gotten into politics because people get offended, and that's true. He said soon China will invade Taiwan too.
All right, so let me take a pause and let me explain this to you, Tadashi. The reason why you got to get into politics is because if you don't get into politics, politics is going to get into you. You need to understand that right now, in this day and age, politics is pop culture. Politics is what's driving pop culture. Like it has changed so much in the last 10 years, like drastically. Like I was in politics back, I think I've always been in politics. Ever since I lost my friend in the Iraq War, I kind of was like motivated by that to follow politics and be like, hey, why do we elect these people? What's going on and all this stuff? But recently, it's been more into pop culture than you can even think about. Look at the show The Boys. The Boys. I love that show. But it's so polarizing as far as how they want to capture and how they want to show anybody who goes against their narrative. In the show The Boys, there's literally a group of people that they're wearing red hats. They don't have MAG on it, right? But they have the red hats, and they're like, oh, look how lunatic they are. And that's how they look at you. If you don't go with their narrative, they look at you as somebody who is a fanatic. Like they look at me, and they're like, oh, you're a Nazi MAGA dude. And I'm like, bro, I'm Hispanic. What are you talking about? And they're like, oh, that's how they look at you. And so it's like literally you got to understand that if you don't fight back now, there's no chance to fight back later because they're everywhere. They took everything. They got control of music. They got control of news. They got control of social media. They got control of entertainment. They're everywhere. And if you think differently, I'm not saying to go just blindly vote Republican either. But you got to look at these people. You got to look at what they do, and you got to understand that these are the people who make policies and they make rules that govern us. It's like, look, if they're gonna govern you, you gotta analyze the shit they do and hold them accountable. Because that's another thing. Because they don't ever hold Biden accountable. This guy could go and they're like, oh, he made a great speech. Look at it. He said everything that was in the speech. Look, oh, he's great. And then he comes out again and he'll be like, like freaking like the freaking remember, what was it, Bruce Almighty, when Jim Carrey had the power of God, and then he had Evan, who was Steve Carell, and he was in the newscaster, and then he was like back in the corner, and he was just like, and then Steve Carell would say all that stuff, or even what was it, Anchorman, when Will Ferrell read the teleprompter, read everything, and he was like, I'm Ron Burgundy with a question mark. He was like, who put the question mark on there? He's gonna read anything that it's like exactly how it is with Joe Biden. I don't understand how this guy is even, bro. We would have elected anybody at this point. Like literally, they could have ran a potato, and the potato would have ran. He would have won. End of quote. Yeah, end of quote. That's exactly what he said. He said end of quote because that's what they said, and it was like he wasn't supposed to read that. It was supposed to be like, when on the teleprompter, they tell you things so that you can have the posture, right, and the body language, right. Mm-hmm. So they say things on the teleprompter so you can be like, all right, that's the end of the quote, and then it says like, oh, and then repeat the line so that you can put emphasis on what you just said, right? He literally said that end of quote, repeat the line. I'm like, bro. And then you expect me to believe that the rest of the world sees this and they have respect for us? They think that we have good leadership?
And then the news is like trying to defend him. Like, oh no, people say that all the time that you're supposed to say.
Not even are they trying to defend him. The White House are literally going back and they're re-editing the speech so they can show and be like, look, that was part of the speech. He did everything like he was supposed to do.
That's ridiculous.
So this is how they're covering up for this guy's like mishap. And mind you, before he like right now, he's just like a walking, he has dementia. I really do believe that. Like he's not mentally all there. And I guarantee that there's somebody else pulling the strings, whoever it may be, right? However, prior to that, when he was still capable, he was a very, very bad man. Like everything they blamed Trump of doing, that's what he's doing or what he did. And it's crazy that he's in office right now. It's crazy.
Super Trends, he's compromised.
He's compromised.
He
definitely compromised. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Because I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like I'm crazy watching this.
Super Trend says the problem today is that we're going too fast. We're going too far too fast.
Yes, and there's a chart out there that shows within the last couple of years how far to the left went, and they brought everybody who pretty much is in the middle. Now you're like far right. And it's like, I don't want to be on the right. I want to be in the middle where things are sensible. Like I could say, we could talk about things, common issues, and we could all pretty much come into an agreement because that's like just our social understanding. Like we're not as bad as people make it seem. Most people are not racist. Most people do believe in women's rights. Most people are pretty much in the middle when it comes to things. It's like, look, live your life and let me live my life. Most people are okay with the LGBT community. It's like, look, you be whoever you want to be in your bedroom. Just don't force feed that to me, on my day-to-day life.
Right.
It's like whatever you do in your bedroom, because I guarantee that if it was a straight couple out there, saying, hey, I'm proud and I'm doing all this in my bedroom, you guys will call them out on that. So most people are in the middle, but because there's such an extreme and the extreme has so much control of the narrative right now, plus everything, social media, the news, even Hollywood. They have control of Hollywood. So you're force-fed all this stuff, and you're like, this is not what I want to believe in. What's going on here?
All right, she said, you're not crazy, Ray. You're awake.
Yeah, that's why I want to be on it. I know I have. I just want other people to be on that bandwagon with me, so we can make the change. Because I want to bring stuff back.
I was actually going to pull up the last one, the one that we had missed, that he's telling us to see the James Webb telescope image. Have you seen it, Ray?
Mm-mm. I heard about it recently.
I did have it over here, but it's not showing. Why isn't it showing? Oh, what happened to my screen? Oh, it's right there. All right, so this is the image here on the right. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see it bigger, though. I can't seem to pull it up bigger. That one. Oh, that's trippy.
It is trippy. It reminds me of, so over the weekend, I did this intentionally. I took like a heavy dose of an edible, and then I started watching Interstellar, the movie, with Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
And that was trippy because I was just like, have you seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
Like where he goes. So what the movie is like, so we're on Earth, right? We're on Earth, and it's like pretty much like we're on our last like leg of Earth. Like it's really bad. We can't farm or anything. And then there's like a weird message that is sent to his like family, which they thought it was a ghost, but it's not a ghost, it's gravity or whatever. And so then the father, he was like an ex like NASA pilot, and they're like, hey, we have this mission, there's a wormhole that appeared, and we're gonna send you through this wormhole. We already sent like 12 other people to try to find like life so that we can leave. Like plan A was for them to leave, and then plan B was for them to just send like DNA to start a whole new like civilization and keep the human race alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was trippy because in one part of the movie, they went through the wormhole, but then there was like another part where he goes into like this weird like third dimension thing where it was fifth dimension, but it's portrayed to him in third dimension, and then he got to like go back in time, and then he realized that he was the ghost. Spoiler: he was the ghost, and he was the one that was manipulating and like sending messages and stuff like that. So it was like a really like trippy movie. Like just like if you watched it like sober, it's really trippy because it's like really like pushes your like your mindset and thinking and everything. But of course, you know, I'm watching it, it's on an edible, and I was like, oh shit, this shit is crazy. Yeah, it is an awesome movie. It holds up to this day, and it's sad because, you know, he was like, I think he was only away for like 2 or 3 years in his sense, but because like gravity in a certain planet acted differently, so like he lost like about 80 years of like just like the normal planet, and he left his kids behind. So like he comes back, and like his daughter's older than him and all that. And it's cool because like they left it open for a sequel. I was like, yo, is they ever gonna do part 2? It was kind of a really cool movie.
Super Trend said you should get TubeBuddy. We have TubeBuddy, and it's not helping us grow the channel. That's why I told you yesterday, right? You were like, oh, what do I look like? What do I use to look at, you know, this and that? I was like, oh, download TubeBuddy. That's it. It's not working.
I think always listen, I told you, I think we just gotta cut up all the crazy little moments and just put that as small clips. I think that's what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Listen, they don't want us to go away. They're like, no, this is not the last show. This is not the last episode. They're like, stick with it.
No. It says you don't have any tags. We have what? We have tags everywhere.
Oh, that's what I said. I was like, look, it's not our content. I think our content is good. We have a very we're very opinionated, especially for me, you know. And you know, there's moments where me and Lynn, we had those heated debates, which I think people will look into that. I think people will gravitate towards us because, you know, there is a sense of, you know, we're genuine in the sense that we have things to say. We feel a certain type of way and we want to say it. And that's okay, even if, you know, I know Tadashi the last time, he was like, yo, you guys are getting heated, let's change the subject. But I think that's really where we are. Like, we don't all think the same, even if we're siblings, right? We don't think the same. But we got to have that sense of that open discussion, because I feel like now it's just people are just like, attacking each other. Nobody really has that discourse anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to have that discourse. You know, like I said, I love it that you guys are all agreeing with me, but I want somebody to jump on here and be like, yo, you're full of shit. They'd be like, okay, come on to the show and tell me why I'm full of shit. And then we can have that debate, because I think that's more where people can see things in, like, you know, and all points of view, you know, all light and all points of view. And then we could be like, oh, there's times where we got it off the air and I've just thought about the conversation we had, and like Lynn will say something. I'll be like, you know, I didn't think of it that way. And that's how we got to start thinking. We got to be like, look, you know, that's how it used to be, like back in the day, like in Roman times, right? They used to all come out. The scholars would come out into like the social square in their robes and everything, and they would just talk about things. And in a way, we're still doing that, but we're doing that on Twitter where it's getting censored. Mm-hmm. So it's like we got to have more channels like this where it's like, yo, let's just talk about this.
So Super Trend says
that's what I said, Tadashi.
Actual YouTube live and not just a description. So I have it in the descriptions, but we're not tagging the lives. How the hell do you tag a live?
When you schedule it, I guess.
Oh, so maybe I have to pre-schedule them. I guess that's simple because we do at the same time every week. We have a schedule.
But you know what though? But you know what? This is good. This is good in the sense that, you know, like, hey, it's a small fix. That if we can fix it and find out that rhythm and that heartbeat, then we can it keeps on beating, right? So that's all we need to do. It's like right now we just need the defibrillators of the SEOs of your tags. Like, ready, clear. That's it. So
all right, let's see. American siblings reacted on life.
There's so much comments. We gotta go back. There's like a bunch of ones.
No, you didn't hear me. American siblings reacting to life in North Korea. We can do that video. That's what we
said was not what
American
the whole Korean thing, but the whole
food for the first time.
The whole reaction video.
Because we'll be you know, experiencing different cultures. I think we're both
my kids. Let me tell you how crazy my kids are. My kids, they don't want to do a video channel, like a gaming channel, like most kids, like your son, he's doing his streaming thing. They want to do, they're like, hey, Dad, let's do a foodie reaction video as all of us as a family. Because I'm constantly like telling them about food, and I'm like the other day we went to Delaware, right? And I was like, yo, there's a Popeyes here. Let's go get the Popeye sandwich. And they were like, what's the big deal about the Popeye sandwich? And then they got it, and they were like, oh, this is so good. So then they started telling me of like other places. They were like, yo, I read online that the KFC one is just as good as the Popeyes one. I was like, no way, we gotta have a battle video. So they're like,
I mean, maybe they're KFC in Jamaica. Like, every time you go international and you go to like a KFC, there's like crazy lines. I never understand it. And the line is always too long for me to ever jump on it, so I haven't tried it.
Well, when I went to McDonald's over in Europe, it was in Paris. When I went to Paris, the McDonald's was completely different. It tasted different. They had like this ham and cheese sandwich that was amazing. Like I feel like they have like different stuff on the menu. It's not like the typical McDonald's stuff.
Right.
Like I would never
like
think
even,
to go.
Even I find that everywhere because in Puerto Rico, when you go to Burger King, it doesn't taste like Burger King.
Which, mind you, like I went there and I was just like, I went to all these other like fancy restaurants. Like it was funny too, because like we went to this like the first night we went to this like really extremely fancy restaurant. The portions were like this. And like you see me.
We love you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for watching, cuz. Thank you so much. Have a good day at work, and please come back, show some more love because it's much appreciated. That's family right there, everybody. That's family. So we gotta thank family. So everybody's family. Tadashi, your family. Fuzz, your family. I know I never met you guys, but the fact that you guys ride with us, you guys are family. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for keeping up, keeping the faith. Because like I said, Lydia's just like ready. She's like, this is it. We're doing something else. What did you say we're gonna do? We're gonna do edit videos? I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we were gonna edit them. We were gonna like cut up the videos that we've.
No, you said we're gonna do tutorials. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. All I gotta do is shoot the shit. That's it. That's all I know how to do. This is me at my best. I'm shooting the shit. Me at my best. Look at my words, just talking the shit with you guys.
I didn't say that. I was like, well, I guess we can just show everyone how to edit the videos.
I don't know how to do that. Yo, but they're saying reaction videos. More reaction videos are good. And I think we have, like, we tend to think alike, Lynn, but we also got totally, like, opposite views. So I think we would do great at, like, reaction videos.
All right, I'm taking notes over here. Hang on. See, I wrote stuff down.
No, where's your fancy notebook?
So I can do a super trend that's telling us to do. He's like, oh, go into the creator studio. And he's like teaching me how to add the tags to the actual
product. There you go. Yeah. Watch, next time we'll have like 500 people and we can't even read the chats. Like, oh my God, the chats are going like crazy. Oh man, are you following all these comments? Because it's like,
yeah, they're saying that they saw a reaction on that online video. I think that was when we did the online. They have to be talking about the lady with the fries, the McDonald's and the baby daddy.
Oh yeah. That's trending.
Brought us to our attention.
Yeah, that's trending everywhere, and all the reaction channels are diving into that and doing that. Mm-hmm. So it's like that's what we could do. And Fuzz, if you want to send us more videos and stuff like that, feel free to send it to us. I gotta, stay on top. I'm checking the emails. That's on me. But we can do more reaction videos like that. That'd be great.
Shit, I was supposed to email myself a certain video so I could share it with you guys, and I didn't. No, don't tell me I lost it.
I think honestly, I like this formula, and I think we just gotta figure it out. Figure out the tags, and then figure out how to edit and take some clips off of this and just grow it that way. Just don't get discouraged, Lynn. Don't get discouraged. You're my other half on this show.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just like, geez, what else are we going to do?
If I was to do this by myself, I just felt like I'll sound like a kook to myself. I'm like, you sound crazy, right? You're just talking to yourself and you're talking about crazy stuff.
All right, I got
Take
it. I
good
got it.
notes.
I have like the best thing to share with you guys. Let me see if I can
Oh
share.
yeah, so Chi was saying that Lindsay has like 13,000 followers on his channel. He has some tips.
Nice.
So that's one thing. Yeah, definitely, guys. Show some love to my cousin. Check out his channel. Much appreciated that he jumped on our stream. Just even if it was just a few minutes, he definitely he's rooting for us. So we got to root for ourselves. We got to believe in it. So and once again, Fuzz, Tadashi, thank you so much for just watching every time it goes live and you see that notification. You guys ride with us. That means a lot. It definitely means a lot when you're starting out and you're like, hey, we're just gonna talk to a camera. Lucky for me, I have my sister, so we can talk to my sister. I'm just looking at a screen and we're just talking as the timer ticks up, and then all of a sudden we see comments down below. We're like, yo, people are riding with us. This is dope. And so, I get Lynn's frustration, but on the other hand, I'm ecstatic. I'm just ecstatic with all of this.
Oh shoot, what'd I do? Oh, I thought I lost you guys. All right, so I have to pull up this screen because my daughter sent this to me and I almost died. Okay, guys, let me see. Oh shoot, I did the wrong one. Stop sharing.
Tadashi, that means a lot, brother. Listen, if you want to reach out, like I said, email us any questions you have. I'm more than happy to help you grow, my guy. It's like there's a lot in life, and we've learned a lot, we've lived a lot, and if we can help you avoid a lot of the mistakes we made in life, that's more power to more. I'll be more than glad to just put that out there. But yes, listen. You are on the right path, Tadashi. So I'm proud of you, my guy. I'm really proud of you. So what are we doing? Oh, are we reacting to this video?
No, all right. So this was sent to us after our reaction video last time, and I thought it was hilarious. I had to share it.
Okay.
So me and my siblings, because my daddy bought me McDonald's and none for y'all.
He's just loving it and enjoying it. Yeah, but seriously, seriously, once again, she's not, at the end of the day, she's not hurting. To summarize that video, she's not hurting, the dude. She's hurting her kid at the end of the day. And granted, like you said, hey, she should have chopped it up and be like, yo, we're all get to eat McDonald's.
Everybody get a plate.
You get a fries and a quarter of a burger. But hey, you know what? You guys get to enjoy some McDonald's, right? The fact that she threw it on the floor, that was heartbreaking.
That was,
because you're the only one you're hurting is the kid, and the reason why you're hurting the kid, yes, you're hurting the kid in that moment, but you're also hurting the kid in the future because now the dads are like, I'm not gonna be buying that.
I'm not gonna deal with this.
I'm not gonna spoil my kid. I'm not gonna treat him this.
Oof.
And so then you're gonna have a kid that's gonna grow up and never know what McDonald's is.
Fudge just made me laugh. He's like, he thought I was gonna miss the show today because it's Amazon Prime Day. As a matter of fact, I forgot it was Prime Day.
Yo, so what are you gonna buy? Yo, pull up Amazon Prime. Let's look it up. Pull it up. I don't even know what I'm gonna buy. What's some of the good sales?
What's going on?
We're trying to do a show right now. We haven't even gotten into an hour. Yo, Buzz is like, Amazon Prime. All right, so put in the comments, everybody, what you plan on buying. Yo, what are you planning on buying with Amazon Prime?
What's everybody looking at on Amazon Prime? Let's see. What's there to buy? Amazon Prime. I've got some extended deals. Okay.
What we got? Anything sticks out?
Damn.
Anything sticks out? Oh, so that's today and tomorrow. Oh shit! Who's buying what? What are we buying? I don't really need anything, so I'm good. I know there's always good TV deals. Our TVs, how dirty? Are they giving out free TVs at this point? Because I remember TVs dropped down a few years ago. They were like, hey, you can get a 40-inch TV for $200.
Dude, there's a lot of pet products and stuff.
They
have a lot of pet products and stuff on my For You Prime Day stuff. I don't have a dog.
But you have cats. They're like, yo,
I do, but come on, man. No one. Oh wow, Tadashi. No one's ever said that to me, that they're proud of him. Wow.
I am. I'm super proud.
That's
just
awesome.
Listen, like I said, I haven't met you. I haven't spoke to you on the phone. Like, you could jump on the stream. Like, Lynn, you should put out the StreamYard so we can get more people on here. I never spoke to you, but just the way you think and the comments that you posted, if those are genuinely you, then yeah, I'm genuinely proud of that because it shows to me that you got a good head on your shoulder, and like it's hard to recognize that this day and age. You know, somebody who has no, it's easy to recognize it. It's hard to see it this day and age. Like most people are just about partying, you know, instant gratification, all that stuff. But the fact that like you are looking at the bigger picture shows like you got a good head on your shoulders. So yeah, I am proud of you. That's genuine. I am. Oh, so you dropped the link. Sweet. So if anybody wants to jump on, talk to us, even if it's just a shout out, hey, what's going? 5 minutes. We haven't done it yet. We haven't had another third person on here. Like jump on. You don't have to show your face. You could just, you know, you don't even have to use your real name or anything like that. Just I advise you don't use your real name. You know, have a code name because you know, if we're talking about the things we're talking about, they're gonna, you know, try to hurt you at every which way because you're going against their narrative. So, you know, whatever name, I'll address you, whatever you want to put out there. You know, you don't even have to show your face. You can put whatever face you want. You know, if you more than welcome to come join the stream.
All right, Tadashi's asking, how was our weekend? Whew. Doesn't really feel like we came out of a weekend. What did I do this weekend?
What did I do? Yeah, what did I do this weekend? That's a rough question. Like I said, I've been studying. I'm really motivated. I'm going into it. Like I'm just doing what I do best, which is, you know, being a nerd. So I'm just diving in. Like I said, I've learned. I've been brushing up on Python. Brushing up on just all my hacking skills. It's like it's great. I'm happy. I'm in my zone. So
I started another workout challenge. I'm on day 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a 14-day challenge, and then I'll be traveling again. I'm going to Turks and Caicos at the end of the month.
Nice.
So like that's always my motivation.
All over the place, man.
That's always my motivation when I have a trip. I'm like, oh wait,
I gotta get back in shape.
Let me get some shape real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, every when I was working every summer, I would go to Vegas, and normally I would go on Vegas on somebody else's dime because that was part of my work to go to like Black Hat / DEF CON, which those are two major like conferences when it comes to like IT and IT security. Black Hat is more of like a hackers convention, whereas DEF CON was the commercialized version of that. So if you went to DEF CON, you'll see like Amazon, Google, like all these big companies, and they're hiring. They're all like, hey, we're looking for the best, right? And so you go, you talk to them, give them your resume, you know, whatever, talk to people. I know that they were like hiring people on the spot. But my buddy, he was like, he reached out to me. He's like, yo, are you gonna go? Which really was just like my reunion to see him, you know, at least once a year. Because of COVID, you know, I haven't gone in like almost 2 years now. So I was debating. I don't know. I was like, do I still want to go? Or, you know, even if it's just to hang out with my buddy, I'm thinking about I should go, but I don't know. It's like like Lynn says, it's like once you make that move to leave that life behind, you got to keep moving forward. But it's like I'm still drawn to it. I don't know. I feel if I'm not doing that, I have no purpose. I feel like I have no purpose. I wake up, I'm like, oh, what do I do? I do absolutely nothing. Whereas now it's like I wake up, I jump on, and I'm like following, you know, something at least I know. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't know what else to do if I don't do that. Now, of course, if I had something else to, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Substitute into there, then I would do that if it, you know, something that makes me feel fulfilled and purpose. But it's like other than that, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I should.
I think since you're still drawn to that industry and you find yourself, you know, just diving deeper into it, you should go on the trip. Because it's all.
But once again, like I said, I'm drawn to it because it's what I know. I think if there was something that somebody else popped up and said, yo, you want to make a movie? I don't know how to make a movie. I'll show you. Okay, cool. I'll jump onto that because it's like it'll fulfill my time. But right now, it's just like I'm drawn to it because it's just what I know. I've been doing that for like, going on almost 20 years now. So.
All right, so Sasha said time passes so fast with you guys. It's been an hour. Wow.
Yes, it has. Thank you for the reminder. Reintroduce the show, Liz, for anybody who's jumping in and watching right now.
Mm-hmm. If you're
it does
new
go
to the
by
channel,
fast.
welcome to Sibling Rivalry. We're your hosts. I'm Lynn.
I'm Ray, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show, and thank you for riding with us. Because this is I'm gonna say it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to sit here and talk to you guys. And like Tadashi says, time does go by fast. Like this never feels like work. This feels like fun.
Right.
Like, hey, we're just shooting the shit, and it feels great. Like I get to vent on here.
Sachi says, "Show us America." Ray, you need to hit the road.
Yeah, no, I should.
Jump in your
van.
But
I never think about that. Like when I'm on the road and I'm driving and I'm doing things, like I never think about doing the show. I'm like, I'm present in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Like
Lynn does. Lynn's like, hey, sibling takeover. I'm here and I'm doing stuff. Like, you need to hit the road because you're the one that's doing that. When are we gonna go camping? So we can do a show while we're going camping.
Yeah, I need to get better at going live when I'm away.
Well, you tried that. You tried doing the show and you don't have a signal.
Wi-Fi sucked in DR.
Yeah, right? You tried it. That was actually a pretty cool show.
I paid extra for Wi-Fi and it still sucked. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
It's what it is. It's like you're on an island.
Yep. LOL. Hello. What's up, baby? Thank you for knocking. What's up?
We're going home.
Soon.
Soon?
Yeah, soon. All right, bye.
LOL. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, please comment down below how'd you found the show so we know how we can what were we trying to do?
We're trying to grow. We're trying to reach
punch the algorithm in the face.
No.
We're trying to punch that algorithm like, yo, we're here. And then we get audience, and then I stack them with happiness.
Oh, geez, that's all we need. We need to bring people here so that Ray can just punch the happiness right into them. Be positive.
LOL is in love with you, man. They're always in love with you. It's like you're the face, man. Like they come. Listen. They come for your face, right? Like they jump on the show and they're like, oh, she's a cute face. Let me see the show. And then they hear my craziness and they stay to hear the craziness.
They're like, oh, this is great. I can look at her. I can listen to him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Lynn is. Well, Lynn, are you single? Technically, are you single?
I am single, but I'm not ready to.
Oh, you're not ready to mingle, so they can't shoot their shot? No. Oh man. Guess.
Nope. That you see, that's where you put that that big old label of it's complicated, but really it's not. I just don't want to play house, and right now my kids are young, so that's where my focus is.
Okay. Hey, listen. As long as you got.
Tell you what though, LOL, you want to go visit an island?
She'll run you up. Yo, watch out, man. She'll run you up, my guy. She'll run you up. No, he said no, but listen, he's showing love. Within the third comment in, he's like, great. I'm driving. I was listening, conversation. It was great. Thank you. Thank you. See, that's listen, Lynn, how are you gonna walk away from this? This is the last episode ever of the Sibling Rivalry Show. Oh, we can't even search ourselves. You search you type Sibling Rivalry.
In DR, boys born as girls are called huevos doses.
Wait, but wouldn't that be a hermaphrodite? I'm confused. Wait, is that like?
I'm confused because if they're born as a girl, aren't they just a girl?
No, boys born as girls. Yeah, is that like they want to change? Is that like the agenda to change everybody?
He said,
take
no,
me too.
All right.
I hope you got some money. Listen, you can take 2 lovely ladies with you to an exotic island, but you're gonna pay for everything. It's just like, that's my cousin, by the way. So she's like, "Yo, take me too." So there you go.
Okay, so Fuzz said their organs are tucked in until puberty. I don't understand the word though. You need to put the you know how like they put in parentheses how it's actually pronounced. That's what I feel like I need over here.
It's been,
that's what I need. Juevedoses, maybe?
We'll go back to LOL's comment. I couldn't read that one. My eyes are like, man, I'm getting old.
Ted told me about you guys last week. I was on Shoe a couple times. Never put my text in the chat, though. Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, thank you, Tadashi.
Thank you for coming back.
That means a lot. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
All right, LOL. So welcome to the show. And I hope we keep seeing you come back. Please comment down below. And if you do, we have a link where if you want to jump in and talk, hey, you want to comment, contribute to the show, by all means.
Jump on. Yeah.
Everybody's welcome.
Hey, my boy.
See? That's with us, man.
That's what's up. That feels really good. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yo, we got family, we got new family, we got old family, we got everybody. It's just, yo, you know what this feels like? It's like a family reunion. Yo, we need to have the barbecue going, Lynn. Yo, break out the grill. Yo, Lynn got the nicest grill. I'm gonna shout out Lynn right now.
She
built her grill. Like, she has cement blocks, right? And then she has like this whole mechanism that lowers the grill up and down to the fire. Like, yo, you got to take a photo of that thing, Lynn. Or take your camera right now and go outside and show the damn thing, because that thing is epic. Like, I was like, yo, see, this, like, Lynn, like, she is very, like, good with, like, interior design and coming up with all these ideas. She's very creative. And I told her, I was like, yo, do that creative channel. But then that requires work, and Lynn don't want to.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's why when you were like, yo, we're going to edit videos and show them how to edit videos. I'm like, no, we're not. Who's going to do that? The editor that we hired to do that? He ain't going to do that. He's going to do his own channel then. Tadashi said, my Stone and Rock are also on YouTube channel. Should I call them here? Yo, you got a YouTube channel for your Stone and Rock?
Heck
I'm gonna be jelly that Stone and Rock has more followers than we do. What you said? Starting August, they're gonna show our count that we have hidden right now. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's embarrassing.
I don't even know. I didn't realize there was a countdown. But yeah, YouTube is making a bunch of changes. They actually also added memberships, where like you can join somebody's channel or you can subscribe. And if you subscribe, you get the free content. But if you join, you become a member. So you have like that membership fee that they pay every month.
Okay.
Excuse me. And then there's content that you create specifically for people who have joined.
Gotcha. I think, Lynn, what you need to do is after this show, sometime this week, you need to have like an offline conversation with our cousins and figure out, like, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. He has 13,000 followers.
Yeah.
Like, how did you grow that? Yo, tips. We need tips. Not that we listen. We don't want to shout out or anything. We just need tips. Like, what do we got to do to grow ourselves? That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She's ready.
Oh,
we're out.
Goodness.
We're out.
What are you talking about? I'm missing. Wait, there's too many comments.
She was like, "Oh, we're out, Lynn." I'm like, "Yup, we're out." LOL is gonna take us.
Go to the island. You talking about the islands? All right. Poor kid. That's freaking hilarious. That's all I'm saying. Like, listen, if any of you fellas want to shoot your shot with Lynn, understand that she's very expensive. So make sure you have daddy's money, and you could burn a lot of daddy's money because Lynn is very expensive.
I have ideas.
Listen, I'm cheaper. I'm cheap. I'm very cheap. Like, any ladies out there, I'm like, look, I'm an easy date. It was funny too, because like I met up with my friends the other day, and I was talking about like how with me and my kids, right? Like I sneak one of them into the movie theaters, and we go and we sneak into like other movies. I'm like, look, it's getting expensive. When I do things, I'm doing it on the cheap. And so like I'm talking about all my scams and stuff. And like when we go to the arcade by us, they have the little cards, right? And like you see parents, they'll be throwing 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 on these cards. And the kids are just stupid claw machine and getting shit. I'm like, yo, you spend all this money, you ain't doing shit. I go, my kids, we get one card, $10. It's an unlimited play. And I'm scanning all these machines. Like, yo, who's next? Come on, who's next? We got time. Time's not our friend right now. Who's next? But it's funny too, because like the other day, I think I said this story, right? Where my kid, my youngest, he's 9, right? And he's like really into this Minecraft game where when you join the game, it gives you a card, like a physical card, and then like almost like a Pokemon card, right? And so the purpose is like to collect those games, keep coming back to the game, and when you play the game, you put the cards in, and it gives you like an item in the game. So I'm always constantly carrying those cards because I want him to like start making friends, be more sociable, right? Because all he really has here is like his brothers, me, and his mom or whatever. Like, he really doesn't have friends like that. So when we go out, I'm like, hey, here's the cards. There's a little boy playing over there. Go help him. And so he'll put the cards in. He's like, hey, I'm gonna put these cards in and give you all the stuff. So the kids are like, oh yeah, yeah. But the last time, the kid was like, okay, well, I'm gonna swipe this so you can come play with me. And so I was like, yo, that was really cool that he swiped and they were both playing and they were like trading cards and all that. I was like, man, that's really cool because it's like not only like he's being sociable, but he's also making friends with something he likes, And that's one thing like I love to encourage people is like, look, whatever your passion are, whatever you like, whatever, like me, like I said, I'm a big nerd. I love pop culture. I love going to like Comic-Con and stuff like that. Like, whatever you love, enjoy that. Like, Lynn loves dressing up. Lynn loves cosplaying. And I'm like, let's do cosplay.
I love it. We're already talking about Halloween costumes in my house. Yeah, I'm like, so what do you want to be this year, guys?
Yeah, I love all that stuff. And I just love the passion of people. And I know like some people get knocked down for being like a fan of something, but it's like, if that's what you like, shit, do it. Like, don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Ron is in the house. What up?
Yeah, they really do have a channel.
Yes.
Yo, oh my God, I gotta check out Stone's channel. it's the photo of Stone. That's dope. Yep. For those who don't know, like why we're going crazy for a rock, those are Tadashi's. He has 2 of them, Stone and Rock, right? And those like you would call them what? His like
That's
emotional support.
Yeah, it's
his emotional support rocks. Yeah. And I told him like, that's what your rocks, and that's what gives you balance. More props. As I said, like some people need to go and hug a tree. Like let out all that negative energy. Let the tree take it. But yeah, no, it's cool. Whatever you guys are passionate about, just incorporate that. Find that in your life. Like one of my oldest, he's for the longest time since I remember, he's big on Pokemon. And I'm like, let's find out like a Pokemon like championship where they actually have those cards, and they're all trading the cards and doing the battles. Let's find that. I mean, that's on me as dad. I gotta find that and take him to it. Because that's his passion. That's where he can find friends and like-minded folks, like-minded people. Because it's really cool when you're really into something and you realize that you're not the only one, right? Like, oh my God, I'm a big Star Wars guy. And then I see these Star Wars channels and they like got millions of followers and this guy goes on, live and there's like 50,000 people on the stream and they're like all talking about Star Wars. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. I love Star Wars, So it's cool. It's cool to see passion like that, because then that's where you find that passion. You're like, I want to create my own comic book, or I want to create, my own cartoon or something like that. And the next thing you know, you see other people, gravitating towards that. That's why, like, I mentioned that guy in the beginning of the stream, Eric July, who just released Rippaverse. That's his website, and like you can go on there, you can pre-order his comic book, and that's so dope that he's creating a whole business. It took $200K out of his own money to start it, but he started his own business, and just see the passion of all the people. Like he had a live stream last night as far as like, going and talking about, the whole process, going over all the customer issues, like all the text issues that the website was having and all that stuff. But he was going over it, and you could just see like he was getting choked up with the fact that all these people was believing in him, right? Yeah. Believing in what he wanted to put out. And like he was like, I didn't never imagine that it would be like this. Like he was like, I only wanted 100K, but he's like almost at 1 million, right?
That's crazy.
And it's like it's cool to see things like that, because it's like one, it goes against, like the mega corporations that are running everything, right? It's good to see like entertainment outside of like Disney, right? And Warner Brothers, right? That keeps pumping out the same shit. And we keep look, they keep pumping it out. I keep watching it. I get it. but I keep watching it in hopes that there's gonna be something magical in it, right?
Right.
Like I went to see Thor because like I was hoping like maybe they'll have something. And though it was okay. I know it's getting a lot of heat right now. It was okay, but it could have been better, right? I know it could have been better. It could have been more magical if somebody believed in the product, right? So there's people like that, and I hope that one day he could put out, a cartoon or a movie or something of his passion.
Yeah.
Because when people put something out of their passion, it's always going to be good because it's their passion, it's their vision. Like look at the Matrix, the first Matrix, right? The siblings at the time, right? They saw they had a vision, and now it's a pop culture phenom, right? Because they felt a passion about it and they followed that passion. So that's. I love you, Stone. Will you marry me? Oh, Lynn, you got dropped for Stone. Damn, Lynn, you too expensive. Wah, wah. Stone's go to DR, not you. Yeah.
They're going in the comments. Let me see. Look, LOL said, "Yo, Stone, I met this lady." She's laughing. Stone setting hearts.
They're going out there, hold side tangents.
He's in a relationship with me, and Rock don't make Rock come on YouTube. Oh Lord.
Wait, so wouldn't Stone be in a relationship with Rock? So Stone is in a relationship with Tadashi? Tadashi, you gonna marry your Stone? Is that what you're gonna do? Are we gonna have like a virtual invite to your wedding?
I'll design them. They'll be great.
Oh, Lynn says she'll be, your party planner.
Yeah. I'm definitely thinking like a Zen garden feel with like the little rock towers that people make.
There you go. Just no Guidestones. No Guidestones. No. I'm not buying that idea. You can't sell me on that. Create some nice stones and make me be like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then you read the stones and it's like, we're going to kill you now. Like, no,
right.
I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that. All right.
Wow, I love this. Our comments are going crazy. Like I was scrolling back up trying to find something.
Today was a very impactful day. I'm like, man.
I love it. The engagements
overwhelmed. They can't listen. They heard it was the last episode, so everybody came out. Yo, it was like the last episode ever. So how do you going back to how you feel, Lynn? Like you gotta air it out because this is what's gonna generate that whole like voice inside your head that says, "All right."
I don't know. I feel like we need direction. I don't feel like we have direction. I don't understand how to, grow a channel when we don't really have a, hey, this is what our channel is about kind of thing. And I mean, I guess our channel is about
you. It's literally that's
what our channel's about.
It's you and me. That's what our channel's about.
I like coming on here. I like going live. I like engaging with you, having crazy conversations with you. I like engaging with the people in the comments. Like, I enjoy this. I don't know how to grow this. And so, like, that part of my mind is like, well, it's just going. It's like, how do I do this? How do I do it? I don't understand.
We've also walked away once, and you had that burning desire to do this in the back of your head.
Yeah, I was like,
like we would have these conversations just chilling at your house with mine. You were like, yo, we should be recording right now. That's how it came back. Like, yo, we got to have these crazy. And this whole thing started when we were just going to go, what was it? Tuesdays on country night, right? We were going to go Tuesdays for country night. And we were just pre-flighting in my car. And we were just had the craziest conversation for an hour. And we were like, yo, we should record this and talk about that.
Speaking of which, we have an open invitation to go to Leaf Love and record a show from there.
Oh, really?
Open invitation whenever we want to drop by.
Okay. Day or night?
Day or night. We go in, we go live, and boom, we're just
there. Okay.
There. Yeah. I actually
cool.
bought
I'm
I bought hooks for their back porch. The last time I was there, I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
dude, I need
that's what
hooks
I
for
told
my
you to do, and
bags.
you did it.
So I have to go install them now.
Oh, okay. There you
Yeah.
go. So is that going to be incorporated into the show? I think if we do go live, you need to take a moment because once again, I'm putting this all on you because you're the face.
Mhm.
You are the face. All right. I'm just the craziness of all of this, but you're the face. You need to go and, as the face, do the whole introduction of the whole store and do the walkthrough, do an interview with the manager, and go and do this. And I think that would be great. That would be a great show.
Yeah.
Help, I know. See, that's another thing too. Like, I want to be able to help local stores. And when we get big, that's another thing. I want to give back. I want to do shows like if somebody says, "Hey, come to the show here," I want to do that. I want to hit the road and I want to see like the small mom and pops because if there's one thing I really love, and this is why I believe so much about America. It's like when you drive around, because I'm a big driver and I drive a lot. When you drive and you see these small towns and you see that that Americana, right? Those posters of like what America is, and you see it in those small towns. And you go into a restaurant and you just see like people are just happy to see you or happy, like they don't see you, they don't see me, they don't see like, oh, that's a Hispanic dude. No, they just hey, it's a customer. Hey, welcome. Oh, welcome. Thank you for coming into our store. And that to me, that means a lot. Like I love seeing that. Like I'm it's heartbreaking like these last 2 years hearing about so many like businesses that went belly up because they were forced to close,
And there's a lot of
hearing
places,
that.
especially here in the Hudson Valley. There are so many like little stores that I find myself going to, especially being a lover of candy for some reason. I love candy
I love
this
candy
point in my life.
Yeah, why do we have such a sweet tooth?
There's candy stores. There's a candy store out in Warwick I love going to. Like I'll drive all the way out there for this candy store. There's the chocolate plate the chocolatiers in Newburgh that I go visit every now and then. Like there's a lot of places that I would love to Plus, and I thought about that too, because like I thought about that too. Like, maybe I could do something with small businesses who are maybe trying to grow on the internet. Because
we gotta learn. See, but that once again, we gotta learn that. We gotta learn how to grow on the internet, so that we can help other people grow on the internet. Because that's how people. If we have a follower, right? We have a following, then we can start doing the shows and giving people shout outs and say, hey, look. Here's a small business that's trying to do it. And then we can talk about like some of the stuff that we do talk about, but we could talk about it with like other people and say, how do you feel about, where's America going?
Yeah.
Like those are the kind of things, but we got to figure this out first. Like I don't think we can like giving up on it. And I get it. It's not giving up on it. I get it. You want to pivot.
No,
I get it. You want to pivot. Yeah, I get it. You want to pivot, but I still think there's something here. There's something here. I feel it. The fact that we can go 2 hours and talk, like, remember when we first started, we had dead air. Now we just, we're growing, and I think we just got to figure out how to grow it, not just internally but also externally. I think we got that.
Mm-hmm. So Dashi said, "How was I in childhood?" Right?
Lynn was my little psychic. Like she was like it was like Batman, Robin. That's how it was, and like. We would always play, like, we had this crazy, like, me and her, we always had crazy imagination. I had crazy imagination.
Yes,
just like I am now. That's how I was a kid, and she was always following it. And then, like, she would get hurt. She would start crying. She'd call my mom, tell on me. And then, like, 5 minutes later, she would want to play again. And she'd be like, yo, let's do this. And, like, we would always do crazy stuff. Like, what we had. Like, our furniture was everything. Like, we would take the mattress off the bed. We would bring it over. And like the couch was like everything. Like it would be a train, it would be a bus, it would be whatever we would need it to be for whatever we were in our head. Yeah. And then I had all my toys was broken. Like I would be breaking all my toys and just making stuff and like, all right, this would be this and this would be that. And like it's cool because I get to do that all now with my kids. Except for breaking into the toy stuff. I don't know, Mom. How did you deal with that? Because that breaks my heart. I was like, I paid $20 for that. What are you doing?
A show idea that we should do a day of just childhood memories. We can do childhood versus now.
I see, but all those stuff, like I feel like it's so niche. Like you just like we're talking about my childhood, but like you guys weren't there. Cuz was there, and she's like, "Oh, I remember going over to your houses. We used to love going over there." I was just cuz I was jealous of your brother because he had all the dope toys. To this day, I tell my kids that. I was like, "Yo, my cousin." Like we went to when we went to Delaware, there was a store. It was like an old time. It was like a yesterday's toys. That's what I think that was the name of it. And so this lady, she goes and she like goes on eBay and she finds all these toys, and like she had I was tempted to buy it. She had the full on Ultron, and like the old one where it was like the metal one, the heavy one. And I was like, yo, my cousin had that, and I was so jealous. I wanted it. And like she was selling it. It was like so expensive. I was like, I couldn't justify spending that much money on toys that I'm not gonna play with anymore. But I guess I could have given it to my kids and let them play with it. But then I'll be like, no, I spent so much. Get away from me.
Oh, gee, that's how I felt. She said her brother was spoiled. She felt like a sex
he
child.
was. He had all the toys, man. He had going to his room. Like you guys had the bunk beds, but then he had like all the toys. He had all the GI Joes. And then listen, back in the day, the toys weren't cheap. The toys were made like metal characters, like real metal toys. I was like, yo, you feel this toy? I was like a 10-year-old kid. I was like, wait, it's like, yo, you feel this? Why my toys not like that? And no offense to my mother, like, listen, my mother, like, I went through that store and I was like, I had that. So I was blessed as a kid. I still was like, my like, he was my older cousin, right? And I would just come over and like he would let me play with everything, but I felt bummed like leaving that house. I was like, yo, you got so much more toys than me. But it's sad because like nowadays, like you can't even do that with the kids. Like I'll buy toys for my kids and they'll play with it 1 or 2 seconds, but then that's it. Like they have Fortnite. So it's like I'd rather spend more money in Fortnite on a digital like action figure, because that's really what it is. It's a digital action figure, because they're gonna spend more time with that than actually buying the character. Like for example, my youngest, we got the new Snake Eye movie came out. We got him Snake Eye on Fortnite, and to this day he'll still play with that Snake Eye. But if I actually went and bought, the actual action figure, he wouldn't play with it. Like I bought him the actual sword and the toys and the mask and all that, and that's in a closet somewhere. He doesn't play with that stuff.
Does he wear his Spider-Man costume anymore?
All the time. Oh my God, he got a Spider-Man jacket. He got his Miles Morales Spider-Man jacket that is like way too big. It's looking like a belly shirt on him. I'm like, dude, that doesn't even fit you no more. Give it to the little kid. He's like, no, it's mine. So I was like, okay, all right. Now's not the time to take it away from him.
Stone was a child 4 million years ago. It's been a while.
Pretty much, yeah, bro. Yo, seriously. Yo, that makes your whole existence, like, you're like, man, like, your existence is a blink of an eye. Like, you see things that's been around, like these trees out here. These trees are like 200 years old, man. And I'm just going to, like, chop them down. They're in my way.
Ma said I would call her into my room because you wouldn't, I didn't want you in my room. And then when you would go to hit, I'm so confused. I'm just going to read what she said. Remember when you called me because Ray didn't want you in his room. And when I was going to hit him, you would cry. Don't hit my brother.
That was all the time. That'd be all the time. We would play. She'd get hurt. She'd go complain. And then at some point, Mom was like, I'm not going to listen to you anymore. You just go figure your shit out. That's how it was. At one point, Mom was like, I don't care. You two figure shit out. She even did that at Disney World. Mom was like, yo, dude, just leave me alone. In the middle of Disney World. She was like, yo, dude, just leave me alone. You go. And so she spent the whole day by herself. And me and Lynn, like, this was in Universal Studios. So at the time, they had the Draws ride. And Lynn, this was after we went to Disney. So Lynn got herself her Mickey. So I don't know why Lynn calls herself the golden. Like, she's like, oh, Ray's the golden child. I was like, you literally went to Disney World and told them, like, your whole birthday was a whole week. I never had that. You literally had Mickey Mouse, Mickey ears, all sorts of stuff. Never had that.
I was the grand marshal of the parade. I got to sit on the float.
I would watch. Week. I don't remember if internet was around at the time. But anyway, I would watch videos as far as like all the rides at like Disney World and like Universal Studios. I mean, I still do that to this day. Like I'll watch these videos. Like I don't know, for some reason like really like interesting to me to watch like failed like rides and like failed amusement parks and there's like what's new coming and all that stuff. But anyways, we went and I knew what was gonna happen at the Jaws ride. So I was like, Lynn, you sit out by like the window. Sit over here. Sit over here. So I remember like Lynn was like what 8, maybe 10 at a time or something. And so we go and we're on the ride. It's like a little boat. Yeah, it was like a boat, and then here comes the boat, and you know the boat is like angled out. So here comes the animatronic of Draws, right? Coming up at Lynn, and here she is at 8 years old, and she's like, no, no, right? Everybody's looking at everything, and then she goes and she takes her Mickey Mouse, right? Her Mickey Mouse, which is her precious thing that she had the whole trip. She goes, oh, take my Mickey Mouse. She's like trying to feed Draws her Mickey Mouse, and I was like, it's not even real. And then like it goes away and all that. She didn't even want to go on the Conga ride.
That was not cool.
So
after that, I was like, I'm not going on no rides with you. It's done. It's over. Tadashi, I'm so glad you like clarified this because in my mind, I was like, damn, he's good. He's like, he wants to confirm that he is not the one using the Stone account. That's actually his friend.
Oh, that he's actually going back and forth.
I was like, wow, he's good. No, name switching accounts.
Yo, seriously though, yo, it's kind of dope that you have an account for Stone, and I actually want to see Stone take off. Like I want Stone to have more followers than we do. Like that's dope. That's literally tapping into what is this like whole social media and this whole like this like way to make money. It's like it's not even him. It's just a Stone, but he's got it working. Like whatever you do with that, yo, more props to you. That's dope. I want to see that take off. And then Stone gives us a shout out. Yo, check out the channel. Stone told you to.
No, you were definitely the golden child because you could do no wrong in our mother's eyes. You could do no wrong. Oh my God.
You were spoiled. You were
Don't
spoiled.
Don't talk bad about Ray.
Like literally, she's spoiled to this day. This is why I'm telling you, like, fellas, you can shoot your shot, but you better have deep pockets because this woman is spoiled. And yes, that was partly my fault because she was my little sister, and I was like, oh, every dollar I got, I'm gonna help, and Ma helped too. But you are one spoiled little brat to this day. So I'm just letting you know, anybody wants to shoot their shot, you better have deep pockets. You better be a Saudi prince. You better have money galore because what you think is enough, it ain't. She's gonna run you up before you know it. You're gonna be like, why do you need a golden toilet? Because it goes well with the painting and the wallpaper in here. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man. Look, I'm glad that we could reminisce with my cousin on the line because she's coming in, commenting and all that. This is like really dope. And listen, like once again, I'm simple. I'm like Lynn's like thinking about the numbers and wants to grow the channel. I'm like, this is dope. Like we literally have an archive of us going through history and our cousin's on there. And like I haven't seen my cousin in a minute, but like she's rocking with us. And that to me means a lot. Like I'm fulfilled with that. Lynn's like, no, we need more. We need more. Yeah, so we're gonna pivot. How we're gonna pivot, I have no idea. We're gonna pivot. Lynn's gonna figure that out.
Super dope.
So who's Lisa?
Stone.
No, Stone is Stone. Who's the so there's a Stone has a secretary right now named Lisa.
Yes.
Because Lisa's the one typing because Stone has no hands. So who's Lisa? This is getting complicated. I need a whole soap opera on Stone and Rock right now because there's like so much detail, so much. I have so many questions. Oh man, it's been an hour and a half.
I would love to do that. Vacation and shopping, right? Are we gonna do vacation?
I told you that. I literally told you that should be your Paulin. Because Lynn has her own channel. She's trying to grow that too. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, that would be right there. Just right there. Your passion. And let people see your passion. And she's just like, eh. I told her she could make birthday cakes on there. You could do, not birthday cakes. What's the thing? Diaper cakes. The diaper cakes that you like to do, the wedding decorations. You don't know. Listen, behind the scenes, Lynn is like, she has, listen, me and her, we were both blessed with these amazing minds. My amazing mind somehow went to like pop culture, technology, and now politics, right? But Lynn's amazing mind went towards like interior design, party planning, decorating, just being very creative, right? And listen, our whole family is like that. Our whole family is very creative. We have a family of singers. We have a family of artists. Like we just, it's in our blood, right? But Lynn has this magic where she could. I told you, like you could have done a whole channel. You could have piggyback off of the fact that your house burnt down and just how you redid your house and all that stuff. Like you could even do that one episode of that, and then just like spin off of that, and just like all these stuff that she does for like if we do the live show where we go to what's the store again? I forgot the name of it.
Leaf Fluff.
Yeah, and we go there. You can show them the tree you helped make.
Yeah.
Like there's literally a tree in the middle of the store that Lynn helped create. And it's like, it's beautiful. And it's like Lynn can do such creative stuff, but it's like in our blood to be procrastinators. I don't know why. Listen, it's in my blood too. I get it. I don't know. Cause I didn't see Ma as a procrastinator. I see Ma as like a hoarder. And I can see where my kid gets that and where I get that and where you get that. But Mom was never a procrastinator. So why are me and you procrastinating? Let's analyze this. Let's have the doctor. Look, listen. Doctor is in office, right? We got Stone. We got some of Stone's time right now. Stone's valuable. His time is very valuable. Wait, him? Her? Wait, no. Stone's the girl, right? I'm confused.
Stone's secretary is a girl.
Yeah, Lisa.
Yeah. Stone is not undefined or something.
Oh, non-binary?
Yeah, there you go, that one.
I'm telling you, man, you have a lot of ideas. You just, if you don't have your channel by now, it's because you're procrastinating.
Oh, Stone is also
Stone
a girl.
is also a girl.
Okay.
That's what I thought. That's what I got. Yeah, it makes sense that she has Lisa, being the voice for her. That's Stone's secretary.
So Ma's a little confused. She said, when Ray said Rock has no hands, I asked myself, he doesn't.
Yeah. Ma, there's literally a rock. Go back to the comment that Stone posted. Go back to Stone. That's Stone. There's a rock that literally has its own channel.
Stone, I was born in space.
Yeah, there's a rock. There's the
4
rock.
million years ago.
And not only does the rock have its own channel, right?
A girl.
It has a secretary that's posting for it.
Yeah.
That's bro. I want to be on that level. Oh, we have an editor.
Oh Lord, Ray.
Huh?
Look, I'm already learning the language from the Guidestones. Non-binary is the language from the GA Guidestones.
Oh, so that makes sense that so that's part of the global agenda to make us all the same sex.
That's crazy.
All non-binary. That's why there's a whole big push to have people change their genders and all that. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't understand that though. Why do you want that?
The option of female, not other. It's all in there. And if you really think about it, they could already be putting it into play, I feel like we should
they are putting it into play. If you go if you go down the rabbit hole, you're seeing all this played out in real time. Mm-hmm. Like their agenda is being played out and there's nobody stopping it. Until we, the people, say, yo, this is stupid. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? I mean, Elon Musk came out and he was like, yo, we got to have more babies. We got to have more babies. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, the only ones who are having babies are the conservative, mindset, right? They're the ones who are pro, or not pro, but against abortion. And they're like, yo, family and all this stuff, right? They're the ones still promoting the whole family dynamic. So give it 20, 30 years, America's going to be very conservative. It is what it is. That's why they're trying to get the kids and reprogram the kids. They're like, yo, you gotta reprogram them in schools and teach them this globalist ideas. It's crazy.
Insanity. Did we go on late today or something? I feel like we're running.
We did start late. No, we did start late. We started late. I think we started around 11:30. Yeah, so
All
that's why time is like going all over the place.
Yeah, we're gonna be going off in like 5 to 10 minutes.
We're ending it. We're ending it short.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a plan to me. So are we gonna have?
So Wimbledon men's tennis winner is banned to play in the U.S. Open. Why is that?
Look it up.
Oh,
You can do that now.
I have an
Look
idea.
it up. What's your idea?
It's probably like an inter.
Oh, he refused the jab, which is crazy because did you? All right, so look up the CEO of Pfizer. Like he just got denied access to Israel because he refuses to take the vax.
What?
Like to me, that's a glaring like why if he's the CEO of a company who's administering it and he refuses to take it, why are we forcing it on people?
Yeah, come on. Albert Bula.
So wait, we can't see the screen. What are you looking at? We can't see.
Oh,
we can't
look at his name.
Share the screen. That's crazy. Yeah, well, we need more people to refuse the needle because if not, they're gonna keep mandating it. It's crazy. And mind you, these are the same people in the same breath that'll be like, "You gotta take the vax," and then they'll turn around, "My body, my choice." It's like I don't understand it. You got conflicting ideas. You got conflicting ideas. It doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, pushing the wrong buttons.
Wait, Stone, you could swim? What did he think?
All right, what is this? March 21. He allegedly received the second dose in March 21.
No, he was denied. He was denied access to Israel. So type CEO Pfizer Israel. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's another guy or something. But he was trying to go to Israel.
On social media, people are referring to an outdated article that states he had to cancel a trip for not being fully vaccinated.
Okay, so he finally got the vax?
Yeah, it was an old trip.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm still not getting it.
Pfizer CEO's Israel visit canceled because he's not fully vaccinated. Are you paying attention? That's what the tweet was.
But then the fact checkers came out and said, no, he's fully vaccinated. So now, Lynn, you got both.
Look, that's him getting popped right there. Jab.
So Lynn, you got both doses, right?
I did.
You got the first one and the second one. Now, what did they mandate the third, fourth, fifth one? And he's like, unless you get the other ones, you can't fly.
No, so you see, that's what it is, because
that's how they get you. You can't fly.
That's the reason why I jumped to the bandwagon so quickly this time, is because I do travel a lot, and I wasn't gonna let that stop me from being able to go and see the world. Right. But when they started talking about like the third dose, the booster shot, I was like, hell no, I'm not getting that. Enough is enough. I got the first 2. I felt like 2 was too much. I felt like I should have only gotten 1.
2 was too much.
No way. Obama drank Flint water? No way.
He had a glass of water. We don't know if that was actual Flint water or bottled water that was taken off of Air Force One. So I don't know. But that was still disrespectful. The fact, like, the way he was trying to make it seem was like, oh, the water's not so bad. But there's people who literally came out and said, look, this water is toxic. It's killing people. Can we please have some kind of open investigation into the water? Because what happened was the water was coming from a lake, right, originally. And then they changed it. A company came in and they were like, hey, if we could change the water. Oh, it was a car company that needed the water or something like that. They were like, hey, let's just reroute the water and get the water from somewhere else. And then we could use the water for the lake for the cars or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so now they're getting this toxic, dirty water that's still, to this day, as far as my knowledge, unless somebody could correct me, they're still getting this toxic water when they can be getting the water from this natural lake. And it's like, all we need is somebody to come in and say, yo, study the water, show that the water's toxic, but because there's a company that's involved that can now lobby, right, and say, hey, let's not inconvenience our business This is the reason why, they're living with this dirty water that's causing cancer and all this illness. It's like, and then for Obama to come in, and this is why, once again, I don't know why people say that he's such a good president. He was a horrible president. He bombed children. He started wars, right? He used drones like it was nobody's business. And then he did stuff like this, where he's like, oh, the water's fine. And then he went back. And not only that, but Obama's the reason why there was so much division. He started all this division, not Trump. The reason why Trump was elected and Trump was picked was because people were sick and tired of the nonsense that the Democrats are doing. Started with Obama. It looked like it was going to keep going with Hillary, right? Because Hillary was doing her campaign and she was giving different accents wherever she was. It was like she was pandering. Like, do you really believe that somebody who's pandering has your best interest? Come on. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I want somebody who's like an outsider who's actually going to fix things and is going to stop pandering. Now, is that Trump? No, I really don't want Trump because Trump, he left a very toxic imprint, and you really can't change that. No matter how good you are, you can't change that. But we got to stop electing these career politicians and expect change. You're not going to get it from Nancy. You're not going to get it from Joe. You're not going to get it from all these career politicians.
And you know what? That's kind of what I saw. That's what I saw in Trump when he was first running for office. I was like, well, here's somebody who's, not a career politician, who, has a different perspective, who knows how to, make money. Because at the end of the day, he's a businessman. I was like, well, give him a chance. Why not? What could happen?
Right. And honestly, and this is why I like, once again, I'm going to keep harping DeSantis, because we need a governor who ran at the local level, right? Who helped a state be financially stable to come in and then say, okay, let's do this at the national level.
Right.
Like, we need somebody like that. All these career politicians, they're worrying about lining their pockets. Like, Nancy Pelosi is one of the most insider traders, like the biggest insider trader there is. She'll go and like buy stocks that's for a company when she knows she's going to put a law in place that's going to be against a certain different type of company, right? Like, they're all inside traders. Man, they're all corrupt. And it's like, I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. We need term limits. We need to stop having these guys who's been in for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It's like, bro, you don't have the best, you don't have America's best interest anymore. Right. You have your own interest. That's with the president. That's with, Nancy. That's with all these people. They think about themselves. And it's like, I'm tired of it. Now,
all right, so going back to the Flint, Michigan thing, Fuzz says officials failed to apply corrosion inhibitors to the water, which resulted in lead from aging pipes leaching into the water supply, exposing around 100,000 residents to elevated lead levels.
Yeah.
And,
crazy.
Lead, it's terrible. I mean, even us, like in our family, we saw that with all the dental work that the kids have had to go through because of lead. And what you're telling me is that that's in their water and that's perfectly safe to
Not
drink.
to mention that if the kids are drinking this, it has like cognitive and like it fucks with their brains as they're growing, So it actually delays their learning abilities.
Yeah. So, excuse me. Tadashi said he's traveling to his relative's marriage in Hiroshima next week. Where are you traveling from, Tadashi? Where is Tadashi? Excuse me. I thought you were local, like here in New York or something.
No, I think he said that at one point that he was in Japan.
Maybe.
Well, he could clarify even more, even better. We're international. That's dope.
Oh, and Fuzz is also asking him, do Yakuzas really exist in real life?
I don't want to answer that. I'll let Tadashi answer. I'll put my opinion. I do believe they do exist because I heard in the past where there was a movie that like referenced them in the wrong way. And let's just say certain people disappeared afterwards. So I do believe, just like the mob, I do believe they do exist, certain aspects of like the Russian mob and all that, crime's gonna do crime.
Damn, it's 1 a.m. in Japan.
Oh, wow.
Late night.
You're watching us wow, thank you. Even more of that, man. Man, even more of that. Like, yo, he really rides with us. It's 1 a.m. He's watching us, just chilling. He ain't tired.
M&Ms. Well, he tried leaving earlier. He and Stone tried leaving, but I guess the conversation was too good.
Take it around. It got good.
Yeah, he and Stone are supposed to go swimming.
Well, you tried ending it, and then we started talking on another topic.
No, I was like, I was giving like the reference, like, hey, 5-10 minutes, guys. That's the mom in me. I'm just like, hey, so it's smooth.
You only got 10 more minutes.
We're gonna start wrapping this up.
Can we do 15? Please. Yeah, I took my boys to
okay,
the lake.
Yakuza still exists. Yes.
Yeah.
Been confirmed.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, we went to the lake yesterday because it was a nice day, and I was like, let's go to the lake. And then afterwards, we went to go get something to eat. So as we were driving there was the park. So I was like, yo, you guys can go to the park real quick as long as while I'm ordering food. And so they went, and they went, they had fun. They came back and they knocked on the window. They're like, do we have to go now? I was like, no, I got sidetracked. I didn't even get to order food. So then they kept playing, and then finally, I ordered food and everything. So it's like that's what we're doing with the show right now. We're like, can we stay at the park? Can we stay on YouTube? Please, Lynn, please. But now less. Yeah, I feel like most of that mob mentality is starting to die out. Other than what's the one? The cartel. The cartel is the one that's really still going live. Strong. Especially now that the border is pretty lax.
Russia.
Yeah, the cartel's killing it.
Tadashi travels just as much as I do, but he's all over the globe.
Hey, yo, you know what? He is a young man. More power to him.
Awesome.
More power to him that he sees life in a different way. He was talking about the van life thing too. I'm like, man, I picked on to that like at 40, and he's like, in his 20s picking up on that. I'm like, yeah,
so I just got a
more
text.
power. Do it.
I just got a text from my daughter that they're locked in the backyard.
Locked in the backyard?
Yeah. They closed the door behind them and it was locked and they're just outside.
They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
My babies.
That's hilarious. They lock themselves out. Well, then you know what? We should cut this short because you might end up going downstairs and have a broken window or something. They'll be impatient. Well, we locked ourselves out and you didn't answer, so we broke the window.
You can't jump the fence to the neighbor's house?
Oh my God, now you got a broken fence. It's not even your fence, it's like the neighbor's fence, and now you got to fix it. Ouch. Ouch.
All right, guys. We're gonna close out. Thank you.
We're good.
We
did a solid almost 2 hours.
Yeah,
it was a great show.
Thank you guys again
so
for
much
just
fun
riding with us and encouraging us. You guys are really encouraging. Honestly, every time we come on and you guys are all in the comments, you're engaging with us. It pushes us to keep coming back.
So the biggest question before we leave: are we gonna have an episode 51? Is there gonna be an episode 51? Or is it just ending at 50? Is this the last episode?
I feel like
or should we just end it right here on a cliffhanger? Stay tuned.
I feel like episode 51 is necessary. Just because, episode 51, area 51. Yeah, so at least one more. We'll just do that each
should we
time.
make 51 an alien show? Should we make it an alien show? Should we go down that rabbit hole and pick up alien stuff and all that? The alien show.
Yep. All right, guys. So enjoy your hump day. I hope your day goes by smoothly. Your week goes by smoothly. We'll see you on Thursday.
Get you ready for the weekend. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for riding with us. Once again, like I said, it means a lot to me. It's really humbling to know that we could come on here. We can be on here for 2 hours, and we have just family, real family who's riding with us. We have new family that's riding with us. Listen, I love you guys. It really does mean a lot. Lynn says it motivates her. It touches me, man. It just means a lot. This is dope. This is really dope. And, it'll be interesting to see if we keep going at it, see where it goes. Mm-hmm. We just got to water it. Then you just got to water it and see it grow.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon.
Peace.